you know, we scored the ball really easy early, and they did too. And there was a point when we started, I think they were on pace for a 50-point quarter. Both teams were like at the 6-minute mark. And then we went on a little bit of a dry spell, and I think that really is where the lead got extended early. But I thought we battled, and when I see some of the things that are happening in the game, we're learning certain things as we go, and that's the way it's got to be. And I think there's a lot we can take from this game. They play a unique style, really trying to cultivate mismatches and those types of things, which is good for us to play against. And there's going to be a process for us of like thinking collectively, and this team makes you do that a lot, on both ends of the floor. So, as I said, I thought we competed, some good things and some things that we need to improve on, and that needs to be our focus.
I know one of the biggest things that you talked about the last couple of days is just defense, not letting guys get as many open threes. Just what did you think about that? I know you said it kind of starts in transition, but just about your defense in general.
Yeah, the transition portion of it is true. It's big. Those are shots that you can't, if you're just not quite enough urgent. These guys make you pay. And there's still some situations where we're over helping, or we're closing out a little too short, our hands not up, and that's something we talked about before the game, trying to limit not their threes per se, but their catch and shoot threes. And we started out the game and then bang, 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 they had a few. But it's something that we'll continue to talk about and continue to work on. A lot of times it happens. It's the end result, of not being able to stay in front of the ball. And, we have to figure out how to scramble out of those situations and try to make them make a couple more passes. But as much as anything, trying to be even more solid on the ball, and then understanding, situations on the court with different players, different shooters.
Talk about the work level. It really felt like, especially that second half, you guys are outworking them for a majority of it. But how deflating does that get when they do make 23s and it's tough? Like they're making threes and you're making
No,
twos.
I mean, I don't know what the percentages are. You guys can look them up. If a team makes 23s in a game, it's tough to beat them. So, no excuses for us. That's part of the mental toughness when the ball moves and it ends up with a catch and shoot three. That has an impact on you, and that's a moment where we need to be even more connected. We can't kind of be thinking about the last play and not spacing, or not doing the simple things that require us to think collectively, because that's when teams go on runs.
Following up on the threes, it seemed like Boston got a lot of wide open or really open threes early in the game. Was there anything you were seeing that you guys?
Yeah, we had some breakdowns. There's and we have a tendency to overhelp when the ball's coming towards us, and you're not going to be able to impact that play, and you have to drift back to your man. But that's what they do, So I think, like I said, I think there's going to be a lot of games that provide us opportunities to get better, and this is a big one. They space Al Horford the whole game. They switch all pick and roll. So understanding how to attack those switches, they switch some off the ball. So I thought we got better as the game went on. But that requires all of us to be on the same page.
So that was kind of, obviously, it was making it tough to leave Quin out there for some of those stretches, or?
No, I think O just was playing well, and it was a back-to-back, and our bench has been giving us something, and I think that's, we've had that with a number of guys. So I mean, when Clint came back in the fourth, I thought he gave us a lot too, but I decided to go back with O, and so those guys, in tandem, they can. Hopefully they can continue to take each other's level higher.
I guess I was just saying, like, you closed kind of without a center. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I think that made sense given the matchups. It's one of the things that happens. You can go into a game and think you're going to close a certain way, and Al Horford, is a stretch five, So I felt like us spacing the floor with Sadiq, that was really kind of the question. So.
Quin, how did you handle, obviously with the Marcus Smart ejection and Trey's tech? Were you given an explanation for the reason that Trey got a tech, and then how did you kind of handle that with the guys after that can kind of cause guys to get out of focus?
Yeah, I guess for me right now, I mean, it's over. You control what you can control. I wish there would have been a charge call when Trey Young took a charge, and that sometimes has a tendency to, people get, that situation, I haven't seen the film. I thought at one point that I had heard, the game of telephone down the line, and there were going to be free throws. I don't know what the determination was, other than there was 2 T's given and Marcus got ejected. And this is a competitive game. Guys mix it up, and I thought our security guys did a good job keeping everything in line and finish the game. There's a lot of other things that we got to worry about, to be honest with you. So that, it's a closer game when that happens. But, I'm not diminishing the play. It's just not my focus. And I don't want it to be our team's focus. It doesn't do any good.
Energy-wise, obviously you guys coming off of a back-to-back and then Boston having quite a few days off. What did you see out of your guys in that area?
Yeah, I mean, it's a back-to-back. The NBA has back-to-backs, and that's another thing for us. I thought we were, if anything, we weren't as mentally sharp early, and I think that showed. And I think it felt a little less so because we were scoring, but I thought we were giving up some baskets that we had talked about with respect to the game plan that we didn't want to give up. But I thought we got better as the game went on, and it's back-to-back. If we're gonna let that be in the back of our minds, and we should just roll over and get some sleep. You got to compete.
Any final questions for Coach?